Hey guys, so it's Banlist wishlist time, and I want to put out a video before it's too late, because who knows when they're going to drop this thing. It's Friday, March 14th. Maybe they're going to drop it at Vegas in 2 days. Even with no stream, who knows, wouldn't put it past them. But anyway, I'll save you the time. I'm going to put up the entire list right here. This is what would make me happy. This is what I think would be an acceptable ban list. Some of these are wishlist items, some of these are predictions, or some of them are a little bit far-fetched, but I want to go through it, talk about why I have these on my list. Let's start with the forbidden section. Necroquip Princess, I believe, is the correct, or the best way to hit Fiendsmith as an engine. The reason is that Fiendsmith right now can do everything that it wants to do all in one go. It can make Caesar, it can set up trap card engrave, it can do Light and Dark Chaos Angel, it could do, basically whatever you need it to. If you ban Necroquip, you kind of have to pick which one you want. You can't get Caesar and the trap card, okay? Because if we think about it, if we do the combo in our head a little bit, we go Engraver, Attract, Lurry, summon Requiem, Requiem, summon what? If you're going to summon Lacrima, you can send the trap, sure, but Necroquip's not there, you can't make Caesar anymore. Or if you summon out Engraver with Requiem, and you bring back your other Requiem, okay, you can make Caesar, but now you can't get access to the trap card. So I think it's a nice limitation here. If we get rid of Necroquip, which is an absurd card to start with, not to mention like it gives you a random draw sometimes, like you have full combo, but you also get a draw now. I do think it's the best way to hit Fiendsmith without actually hitting it, plus it facilitates them getting value out of their reprints. I think that banning something like Exiton and Moon is kind of a band-aid fix when there's just going to be a new pathway to a Light Fiend that we're going to get to, and it's going to be the same thing. I don't know. So I think Necroquip is my favorite way to hit it. You can see down below I have Engraver in the semis as well, just for consistency hit, but yeah, I do like Necroquip here. Also, like if our opponent now, or if everyone's pivots into going for Desiree, now that Caesar is not as accessible, if they go for like Desiree and the trap card, well, first of all, you have to play 2 Desirees. Second of all, you're open to Nibiru. So Nibiru is back in the game, okay? Next one is Dweller. This is a wishlist hit because I want Orcus to pop off when it comes out. I think Dweller is kind of annoying. It's, we don't like those lingering floodgates, but I mean, it's whatever. I don't think this is actually going to happen unless they really want to push Orcus like they did in the OCG. Griffin is our hit for Malice. I don't like this either, but I think it's the most likely and kind of falls into the Konami pattern. So the problem card here is Abawaku. Like, it just revives anything from your graveyard, no questions asked. So now that we're getting rid of Griffin, it's like, okay, now what? Abao is just going to summon back some other weird floodgate, right? It's kind of like another band-aid fix. But this is the same concept as banning Gimmick Puppet Nightmare instead of Albion Sanctifier Dragon, right? It's kind of the same thing. We're banning the good targets. But I think Griffin is still a healthy hit. Like, I don't like it in the game. It's a silly floodgate as well. But yeah, I think that we can get rid of that pretty safely. Next hit is going to be Minstrel. Minstrel facilitates stuff like Water Statue, which we don't want. Also, anything that gives your opponent full hand knowledge is also not good. It really stops any counterplay to Mermail, which is not good. Mermail can custom create their board based on your hand. That's not great. I also think Mulan Glacia should be banned. Like, in general, I think just ripping 2 very easily, very searchably is too powerful. But I don't see them doing that. But I would like it. And then the last forbidden hit is going to be Gold Sark. It's just too free for Malice. There's no way to interact with it at all, which kind of sucks for everyone else. It's a little bit too good for consistency. It's literally any name or any card you want out of your deck. I don't really like it, and I think it's a solid hit to the Malice deck. Okay, on to the limited. I think Toad goes to 1. This is almost a wish list because I think Toad should go to 0, but I don't want it to. Like, I want to play Toad in my damn Shark XYZ deck. But hey, if we put it to 1, we at least stop double toad on the mermail board. So if we can just have 1 toad and then they don't have full hand knowledge, it's at least something, right? It at least gives you a chance to play through, but I don't know. I think toad is a little too strong. The real hit might be Bahamut Shark, but I really don't want that to happen either. I'm just in denial that Bahamut is going to get banned, so I think that Toad should be somewhere on this list. For the Ryzeal deck, X'd to 1, Bonfire to 1. Yeah, this pushes 7th Tachyon, but 7th Tachyon is a much worse Bonfire because you have to put a card back. So it's just a -1 Bonfire. So yeah, and X'd is the best Ryzeal monster easily. It's both amazing for turn 1 and amazing for follow-up sending Eclipse Twins. I, for a minute, considered putting Eclipse Twins on this list. Eclipse Twins is kind of like Necroquip, right? It's all these like low rarity, like powerful cards for other engines that are not in Archetype. I think like in Eclipse Twins, Necroquip Princess, Aerial Eater is like OP in Yubel, but Yubel's not doing anything right now, so I think that's fine. Like all those like random cards that are just out of Archetype that just make specific archetypes nuts should go. Or like, I don't know, they're weird. But yeah, X and Bonfire is pretty consensus. That's what they did in OCG, and I like it. Druis to 1. I was on the fence between this and Magnamut Ban. Like, a lot of decks that are just playing Bystials for hand traps are just playing like 1 Magna, 1 Druis, 1 Baldrake. So if they do this, it doesn't do anything. Magnamut Ban is very reasonable, and I was on the fence between putting Magnamut to 0 or Druis Rodent to 1, but I like Magnamut as a card, so this is almost a wish list. I hope this is how they do it. Now we have Allure to 1. I think Allure is just too good in Malice. I know I'm hitting a lot of Malice consistency with Allure and Stark, but like, oh man, it feels so bad to have Allure played against you, like, because you already know they have a normal summon now. So you almost have to stop the Allure, and then their normal summon goes through anyway. I don't know, it's just almost a blowout in the Malice deck, so I think to 1 is reasonable. And then a couple cards that can come back, Masterpiece and Drident. So Drident on the list in the first place is a joke. Like, Detonator is just so good compared to Drident. So what is Drident still doing here? And I'm pretty sure, I'm not a Master Duel player, but I'm pretty sure that these cards are legal in Master Duel and just not doing anything. So I don't see why they're still banned in the TCG. Okay, semis. The only actual card I have moving here is Engraver. I think just a consistency of the Fiendsmith deck down just a little bit. I don't think it should go to 1 or 0 because they haven't reprinted it yet. They got to get the value, but I think the Fiendsmith engine is a little bit too good. Engraver is just so much more, better to start with than Tract is. So I think Engraver is a solid quality hit. Also, it stops you from just like overloading your grave with Light Fiends. Like, if you ever want to make Desiree, you might have to put everything back at some point. So I think that it hits the engine in that way just a little bit. And then a few cards that I think can come back to 2. You know, Jump Scare, Poplar to 2, but like Snake Eyes is doing 0. Hitting the original Sinful Spoils just like killed the deck. So like, what is Poplar doing? Like, why is it at 1? I think Poplar can come back to 2 for now, and it would be fine. Sharvara, this one's a little bit of a wish list and a little bit scary with DDD, Wave High King Caesar still around, but this is a little wish list, a little boost to Yubel, and a little boost to the Unchained deck that never really had a chance in the last 2 years. So I think Sharvara should come back and stop, you know, dying for Yubel's sins. Now we have Misk. Dinosaurs haven't done a damn thing in years, so I think Misk can come back to 2, try to give them a little boost. And then Branded Fusion is a wishlist hit as well, or unhit. I do like the Branded deck. I think it's a very fun deck to play. There's a large Branded community that would love this. I think Branded Fusion to 1 is very limiting, and now that we've hit the Puppet, I think we can put this back to 2. Branded's still not doing much of anything. But, you know, I guess somebody did top with Branded in one of the more recent YCSs, so I think it'll be fine. Realistically, Sanctifier should be banned, and then this can come back to 3. That would be the ideal way to do it, but there's no shot they do that. And then Unlim, just put Sacred Tree back to 3. It's a meme now. And then the other 5 cards are the 5 cards they put back to 2, and the last list they can all go to 3 because I haven't seen them played since the last list. Like, literally have not seen anyone play any of those cards. Yeah, I'm sure there's a whole bunch more that can come back to whatever, a higher number, but I didn't do a full scrub of the list. You know, I just hit some of the obvious ones, or took some of the more obvious ones that could be released just a little bit. Yeah, overall this hits Mermail, Ryzeal, and Malice the most. Not a whole lot else. Just like, I think everything else is kind of healthy or good to go. Nothing really stands out. Blue Eyes will be in a good position. None of this affects Blue Eyes at all, I don't think, right? So, yeah, I think this is a quality list. Let me know what you guys think of my list down in the comment section down below. What would you do different? Leave a like, sub to the channel if you enjoyed this kind of content. And with that, we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.